situational work. Obviously, in these, we've had a little bit of time doing. It's almost been like a spring ball early, and then now we're starting to really get into our game plan stuff. So we really want to make sure we get those. You're sharp when it comes to your special situations, like your goal line, short yardage, your fringe, landmarks, your field zones, all that kind of stuff.
In practicing that situational work, how does that kind of prepare the team more so than if you were just going over basics, and how does that give you an edge?
Yeah, I mean, that's the way we do it. I mean, we're our whole deal is about we think the smarter players, the better players. So we want to make sure that they get as much game simulation as they can, and we don't like them. We want them to be in situations in the game where they're already prepared. They've already gone through the practice. So that's something we've always done here.
With such a long layoff, is it important to do that situational stuff to make sure to simulate?
Yeah, the biggest, you got to do those things. We're going to do those things. I mean, we're going to be very organized about that, and we've done that. The biggest thing is when you have those big blocks of time where when they needed some time to heal up, is just conditioning. And so we've worked hard with that. And then we're going to have a week off before Christmas. We've got a training schedule, running and lifting schedules. That's the biggest concern, is make sure you're staying in football shape.
JoJo was just saying that he's going to put in his paperwork to see where he fits in the NFL, his NFL paperwork. There might be a couple of other guys. Do you think are there some guys that are ready right now, or how do you usually advise guys?
Well, I let the experts do that. The NFL, we always very open with our guys to put in the paperwork to look and see where they're at, and let the evaluation speak for itself where they're at. I think it's better people that are equipped to do that. And that's the ones that are selecting players. So I think that's kind of how we've always done it. And we always sit down and advise them and talk to them about what we think's best for them. But the NFL always is very good, very direct about what they think.
So you reflect back on this year, what players do you think surprised you the most, just with how much they developed this season?
The players that really stick out to me, I told you two guys, DeMario and DJ Calhoun. But I could go Manny. You could go. There's a lot of guys that really. I think our players did a great job, especially with as much newness as we've had, and we did some pretty nice things, and we improved every week. And obviously it was a slow start, but really, when you look at conference play and what we were able to accomplish, we did. These guys did some great things to get this program back to where it needs to be, and we're not done yet. We got a chance. I think we're 31st or something like that in some of the polls, and go win this game, finish in the top 25. That'll give them a lot of momentum going into next season, and send these seniors off the way they should, and that's with a bowl championship. So, the guys that really stuck out to me are guys that just led, not by giving a speech or anything, just by their actions. And I really thought that those two guys really stepped up from a leadership standpoint. But I think, I just can't say enough positive about all those guys. All of our captains that led. I thought Tayshawn and JoJo, and I thought Chad Adams was a solid leader, and a stabilizer in that back end back there. I think I look at each person. I look at Chase Lucas, Kobe Williams. Did they get better? They got better every single week. And I think every one of our guys did. And I think that bodes well for the future.
Coach, you probably touched on it already, but how edifying is it to have 17 players graduate so early?
That's awesome. That's the time of year where I've recruited every one of these kids. I've been in every one of their homes, and that's one of the things that I look their parents in the eye, and I make a commitment to them that they're going to get an education. They're going to get a degree, two different things, and a meaningful one. And so it's just to see that. There's a lot of those 17 guys are the first person in their family to graduate from college, just like myself. And so, it's a game changer for these guys. That what they do academically is going to last them the rest of their life. And it's something that's big. And obviously, what they do, here in their heart is something that's going to be with them forever. So it's a very special day because of that. I always tell them it just goes by so fast. That's the only thing.
You've talked a lot about the character of the people you've tried to bring in here. When you're looking at recruits, are there things that they can do where they put something dumb on social media, or they do something that you just say, we just don't want? We're going to pass.
I just think that I think we've done a good job of really. It takes a lot of work and diligence. You can't just look at somebody's social media, really know about them. There's sometimes kids will put some on social. Everybody makes mistakes. There's no one perfect, but you have to embody what being a Sun Devil is all about. That's character, smart, discipline, tough. That comes first before football, before talent, before anything. Especially and character is number one. But we all have good and bad. It's what we choose to bring out of each other. So it's just so important to find those guys that and I want guys that are highly competitive people. I want guys that love to serve and that are givers, and that's how we define their character. So I think we've done a great job of that. That's why this team is so close. I think that's why that we've been able to win the amount of games we've won in the last 6 years. I'm looking at that deal. I think Frank Cush and Snyder is the only one that has more wins than I have in the last 6 years. And that's because of the great job that our staff has done and the type of young men that we brought in here. So we've got a great core foundation, and I know that'll be continued to be built upon. And that's going to really help tremendously, because so much of recruiting is put on 5 stars or this or that, and most people that talk about that really don't know much about recruiting. Yeah, I want to recruit 5 stars, but I want that 5-star to be after character, smart, discipline, tough, because you still have to play together as a team. And guys have to fit the culture of what we're about. And so the guys here are highly competitive. They serve, they work hard. In life, man, just think about in life, man. That's what we're trying to teach kids. And that's what means the most to you in your life, is being a son, being a brother, being a father, being a husband. All those are the things and that's what being a part of a team is. And that's why we've got that's why you see, like, if you really reflect back on the season, look at what these guys, we beat a top 5 team in the country, and it wasn't no fluke now. It's 13-6. It was a tough deal now. We played really well, and really, I don't think anybody in their wildest dreams thought we could hold that team that was scoring 40 points a week to that amount. But you know what? Young people always surprise you. People with heart and character will always, overachieve. And then you go and you look and you see, I remember coming in at halftime, in the Arizona game, and that was impressive, coming back and winning that way. And I think that's where you see that, that culture and what we were able to accomplish, I think puts us, we're not done yet. And we really need to finish this off, because I think this bowl game is so crucial for next year, for the future. It always is. It always is. I can remember in 2013 winning the bowl game and it propelling us, and then I can remember in 2014, not winning the game, and it's so critical to your momentum. It's not because people are just superficial and making their decisions in recruiting. It's just your mindset, and I like our mindset of our guys. Our guys can play their tails off, but I think that all of our guys, I hate to single out guys, because collectively these guys gave me everything they had every day, and I'm not surprised. It's not something that that surprised me at all. Really, I'll be honest with you, the players were so consistent, because we had not compromised our culture, and they kind of helped, until our coaches could all get on the same page, and I'm gonna tell you, the staff did a great job too, because that's not easy to do that fast, and I've told them that. I've been busting my tail, because I'm really sincere. I want to see them win a bowl championship. I want them to finish in the top 25 in the country, and I want to see them win a Pac-12 championship next year, and I'll feel very much a part of that because of the culture that we've laid here.
just have one more for you. If an NFL opportunity opened for you, how do you look at the NFL? Does that intrigue you to try?
You know, I'll be honest with you, Jeff. I'm just my focus. My wife's been asking me, and people have been asking me. I have really feel like, and I told our coaches the other day, you know, we need to put everything else on the back burner to going and finishing this 2017 season, winning this bowl game. For me personally, what I will look for is where I can go make a difference in people's lives, and whatever level that is, or whatever place that is, and you know, I just trust in the good Lord for that guidance and where that future takes me.
Thanks, Todd.
Okay, all right.
Coach.
Thanks, Tom.
Okay.